Hi, welcome back to my channel.
Learn from my mistakes. Learn from IO. Podcasts are forever.
5 seconds.
Authenticity is dangerous and expensive.
This movie's not that bad. Whoa! I was born in California. Whoa! If you're gonna do a musical, you should probably hire a singer to play the lead role. Whoa! The original Mean Girls is a classic. It turned 20 years old like a week ago, and it still has so much cultural cachet. For a teen comedy from 2004, it has aged really well. I mean, there's a few egregious jokes that probably wouldn't be in the movie today. A certain R word crops up a few times, but that is how teenagers talked in 2004. I'm not saying that's okay, I'm just saying that is accurate. And it has so many iconic lines.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Fall for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
So if you're from Africa, why are you white? Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white. We should totally just stab Caesar!
And that's not even all of them. I'm sure I missed your favorite. The cast of this movie is also a dream. We've got Lindsay Lohan at her peak, Rachel McAdams the same year she did The Notebook, Lizzie Kaplan, Amanda Seyfried, Tim Meadows, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey. There's a reason this movie is still referenced in pop culture and memes and Walmart commercials and the refrigerator at my job. I don't know who I'm defending Mean Girls from here. It's a good movie, okay? In 2018, a musical version of Mean Girls came to Broadway. The stage show is definitely more interested in appealing to fans of the original than having its own unique identity.
On Wednesdays we wear pink. On Wednesdays we wear pink.
4 for Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
Glen Coco, Glen Coco, Glen Coco.
Those lines only get that spotlight because people know them from the movie. Social media is a part of the musical in a way that it's not a part of the movie, but that's just because time passed and it's gonna keep passing forever. It would be weird to write a musical about high schoolers in 2018 and have none of them use their phones. But social media is less of a major plot point and more of a little seasoning. If you've seen clips from the Broadway show, my guess is it's either from when Sabrina Carpenter or Renee Rapp were in the show as Cady Heron or Regina George respectively.
I'm astounded and nonplussed. I am filled with calculus. Does this guy work out? He must all sweaty at the gym. I'm so unfair. Yes, please. I'm so unfair. Everyone
And they're both great. Or you saw Cameron Dallas as Aaron Samuels, and he's not.
You say more is always better, but there is less of you than there was before. So if more is always better, then you should have thought it more.
What's the ratio of social media following to talent that I need to have to get that gig? I'm not saying that I want to make YouTube videos just so I can be stunt cast in a musical, but what I am saying is that someone should put me and Andy King in a production of something rotten, or Little Shop, or fucking Cats. I don't care. The Broadway show was well received, more because the story of the movie is a good outline than anything else. Tina Fey did the book, the script, and that was praised more than the lyrics.
Cady, look at this party. It will pass into legend. Music is cranked. Everyone's tanked.
They can't all be winners. Mean Girls is not a revolutionary piece of theater by any means, but it's got some catchy tunes, it's got some funny lines, and it's an entertaining show where every major character gets at least one song to really shine. And then there's the movie, based on the musical, based on the movie, based on the book Queen Bees and Wannabes. And this is not your mother's Mean Girls.
Oh, hell no!
Because my mom watches Mean Girls on cable with commercial breaks. And this is a movie you can just watch all the way through. It's a remake, but it's also a adaptation of a different... It's certainly less raunchy and more culturally sensitive than the original. If you want to know how the new movie's going to go, just look at the thumbnails on Paramount+. With the original movie, Cady Heron is front and center. The plastics are all behind her. Regina scowling. Renee Rapp is obviously the biggest star of the new movie, other than Tina Fey herself. But the thumbnail and the poster and the album all frame Regina as the lead of the story. And that is a correct assessment of what happens. Regina is the lead of the movie, but I think the story is worse for it.
Boom, let's go.
It's a cautionary tale of fear and lust and pride based on actual events where people die.
No one died.
We start with a cautionary tale, just like in the stage show. And this is our first big departure. Janice and Damien are our narrators instead of Cady. We're already giving her less to do. But then Cady gets a whole new song.
I used to think I would spend every second I have right where my story began.
It's fine. We learn that Cady wants her life to begin and that she and her mom are moving from Kenya to Illinois.
I've been thinking about what you said about being frustrated by my decision. I called the people from Northwestern back. I took the job.
What?
But they need me to start on September 9th.
That's all the song needs to do, and that is all that it does. It's our first taste of Angary Rice's singing, and it's only gonna go downhill from here.
This time there's no looking back. No looking back. I'm crossing things off my list.
She's not bad, she's just untrained and has a tiny vocal range, and so they compensate for that by using a T-Pain level of auto-tune on her voice.
My limit doesn't exist.
If I was casting the lead in a musical, I would cast a musical theater performer, or a singer, or someone famous. I think Angary is talented. She's in one of my favorite movies ever. I just don't think this was the right movie for her to lead.
Oh, that's not a part of my plan. That's not the...
Bitch, move.
The principal and her homeroom teacher introduce Cady to her peers, and then they have a personal conversation with Cady.
This is your roster. I see you also have you for AP Calculus. You must have had excellent teachers at your old school.
Oh, I was homeschooled.
Homeschooled? Oh, that's a fun way to take jobs from my union.
In front of all of them. Then we're off to the cafeteria to meet the plastics.
My name is Regina George.
At least that's what the song is called. They cut out the parts where Karen and Gretchen sing, so really we're meeting the plastic. They also cut Damien's song where he goes around the cafeteria introducing all the cliques. They cut like 10 songs from the show, and they shortened a bunch of the other ones, leaving mostly the songs that move the plot along or that Regina sings.
Little Broadway cunts on TikTok complaining about 2 lines of Revenge Party when I bring you fucking Renee Rapp. I bring you Ali Cravalho, Jaquel Spivey.
Yeah. And then you cut his 2 big musical numbers. Some of the cuts do make sense. The second act desperately needed some pruning, but for a musical, I could have heard some more music. We know Regina is selfish, she is rich, and we know she knows that she's the it girl of North Shore High. The plastics invite Cady to have lunch with them for the rest of the week, and Janice and Damien tell her she should do it, and then tell the 2 of them all the dumb things the plastics say. I cannot overstate how weird it feels to just explain the plot of Mean Girls. It's Mean Girls. Cady's off to AP Calc where she meets Aaron Samuels.
Wow. Are you trying to make the rest of us feel dumb?
Who is truly just some dude. The number of tweets I saw saying that this guy was ugly, he's just a normal looking guy. There's that one press photo of him that everyone kept using. That's not a very good picture of him, but I promise he's not a bad looking dude.
Okay, it's like that. All right. Well, challenge accepted.
Aaron Samuels has that ultra normal riz. Cady is immediately smitten, and we get Danny Gonzalez's version of Stupid with Love.
He's like someone from TV. He's like that guy who gives out roses to those women. His clothes, his grooming.
When I think about the emotional highs and lows of teenage love and lust and heartbreak, I think of lo-fi hip-hop beats to study or relax to.
Stupid with love, I wanna get it, but how?
I'm astounded and nonplussed. I am filled with calculus.
She's not filled with calculus. She's giving the absolute minimum. And at a critical point in her story, her emotions should be compounding, but instead, she's at a low. Petals rule. Then we're back at school the next day to hear a song about how Regina is kind of mean and she's a girl.
Don't be fooled by the pink. She is not playing dolls. She is stalking the halls for the thrill of the kill.
It's funny to me how Cady provides the catalyst for the song.
Okay, so lions, they're the apex predators, right? They're the top of the food chain. They can kill anything they want.
And then sings none of it.
She's the queen of beasts. She can smell your fear in this biosphere. She's the apex predator.
Even though in the original show, this is a song she sings. This movie really wants you to know that Renee Rapp is hot. And she is. It's true. Let's cut to a clip.
Get in, loser.
A hot thing to do. It doesn't really make sense. They all walk to her car, and then once they're at the car, Regina says, "Get in, loser." What else would she have done? Does Regina think that because Cady's from Africa, she doesn't know how cars work? Honestly though, she might be right. Why does Cady just walk up to the car and then stop? Is she afraid of it? They literally talked about hanging out after school.
What are you doing after school today? I want to give you some shoes.
The only thing that makes sense to do here is to get in the car. Cady and the Plastics go to Regina's house, where we're introduced to Regina's mom.
Just slay, queen. Slay like no one's watching.
And the burn book.
I found your burn book.
It's a book full of pictures of their classmates where they write mean things about them.
Who's that?
That's like a Damien.
Oh yeah, he's almost too gay to function. No, I didn't mean that in a bad way.
No, that's funny. Put that in there.
Again, feels so funny to have to explain what the burn book is. Cady has been trying and trying and trying to talk to Aaron, and then finally, he invites her to his friend's Halloween party.
Hey, my friend Chris is having a Halloween party. Would you want to come to that? It's like a costume party. People get pretty into it.
Gruel. I meant to say great, and then I started to say cool.
Okay. Gruel.
See, this is what I mean when I say the guy has regular dude charm.
Gruel.
Sure, dude. Whatever. You're kind of weird, but you're cute and you're smart, and so I'm gonna keep talking to you. And just like that, it's time for Halloween.
Picked out a costume for tonight.
No, not that one. Karen sings Sexy for all of her TikTok followers, and it's fun.
Who I wanna be and sexy. Who I wanna be and hot.
This song's a bop.
Don't like who you are, then hit that costume shop. Rock a new and different sexy look.
The most unbelievable part of this for me is that a bunch of Gen Z, Gen Alpha kids would throw a party and leave the big light on in several different rooms. Now that's terrifying. At the party, Regina finds out that Cady likes Aaron, and she sees Cady and Aaron talking to each other. She sees the chemistry oozing between them. It's squirting out of their eyes like pus. But she can't have the new girl, one of her followers, dating her ex. So she's on a mission to get Aaron back for herself.
Feel my heartbeat. I'm just like her or you. People forget I'm human too. Yes, they do that.
Before this movie, the two directors directed a lot of music videos, and that's definitely why they were brought on for this. But I think because of that, it feels less like a movie musical and more like a movie that has a bunch of music videos in it. It's like a visual album. That's clearly a conscious creative choice, and it works for a lot of people. I feel like this is the only number in the movie that really takes advantage of what you can do in film versus on stage. I think Sexy was also pretty good, but this really knocked it out of the park. While I'm not a huge fan of how they changed the music, the staging of this is one of the few that I thought really did the show justice. Haunting and sinister, and really gives you that perspective of how controlling and powerful Regina is. I absolutely love the staging of this scene. Gives me heavy Beyonce vibes.
Poor little me, all trapped in this fabulous show.
It's just a person who's only heard one riff before hearing a second riff. Just wait till they hear Wicked. Wow, getting big Renee Rapp vibes here. But I feel like it just sucks me out of the movie. I don't feel like I'm watching Mean Girls anymore. I feel like I'm watching a Renee rap music video, which is not a bad thing. That's still an entertaining thing to watch. But the change in aspect ratio, the Billie Eilish inspired instrumentation, and the way that Renee sings because of that.
Till someone gets hurt.
The way that she stares down the camera as it pans around her. It feels like this movie is afraid to just be a musical. It wants you to think that it's cool. And it is a musical. So just be a cool musical. Don't be afraid of being a musical, because you know it's not cool being afraid. During the song, Regina and Aaron kiss. Cady storms out and over to her friends to tell them what happened. Damien explains why they hate Regina George.
Like all history, this is emotionally layered and culturally dense. Janice and Regina were best friends in middle school. One night, they were all playing Spin the Bottle, and Regina was worried that Kyle liked Karen more. So, when she spun and got Janice, Regina put on a little show.
I knew she would let me. She's like obsessed with me.
Not okay.
And the three of them plan to get revenge as a party. Like a revenge party. And then I cut to the song.
It's a revenge party, a party that ends with somebody's head on spike.
Whoa, whoa.
This song sounds so hollow. I wish the instrumentation was fuller. Just be a musical. It's okay. Maybe it's just a mix. I'm not an expert. I'm a YouTuber. Revenge Party is the musical number that has, I think, the most well-known moment from this whole movie.
No! I can't even watch when she touches his hair. And I'd watch the snake eat a cow. Regina needs to be toppled. Sorry, Gretchen, I swear we'll get our party now. A candy cane, please.
And you know what? Good for her. Too many people these days want to opt up, show off their range, go, look how high I can sing! Even when it doesn't feel appropriate for the character. No one wants to make their songs more monotone these days.
It seems like nobody wants to
watch the snake eat a cow.
As part of their revenge party, the gang gets Gretchen to crack, and she reveals a big secret.
She totally cheats on Aaron. Every Tuesday she says she has college prep, but really she's hooking up with Shane Omen in the third floor janitorial closet on the bags of sawdust that they use for barf. And I never told anyone because I am such a good friend.
Is it wild to think that Cady Heron would be barred from reaching the same level of popularity as Regina George because Cady doesn't have an iPhone? The number of group chats she would be excluded from, and how upset do you think the creators of this phone are that if you type in Mean Girls Cady phone, the scene from the 2004 movie comes off and not whatever phone this is? I still don't know what it's called. Gretchen tells Cady that Regina is cheating on Aaron. Cady then tells Aaron, and he finds Regina cheating on him. He goes home. He's standoffish at school the next day, but there's no time to worry about all that. No time to worry about how he's feeling. It's time for the Christmas talent show.
We're gonna take a Christmas train to where Santa lives, up through the sleet and snow. Then we'll hop and bob straight to the top. Last stop, the North Pole.
Again, not your mother's Mean Girls. Instead of the music cutting out and the blocking being weird because they threw in an extra person and then Cady leading people in a song, because we wouldn't want people singing in this musical, the girls just mess up something that is a part of the dance. And Regina falls down, and everyone's like, oh my god, Regina fell down while dancing? I fucking hate that bitch.
She's such a bitch. She's so spoiled.
Let's make a TikTok trend about Regina George falling down. Is Cady hotter than Regina George? Because Cady didn't fall down?
I think she salvaged the worst tradition of the year.
Period. She was kind of hot.
She might even be hotter than Regina George.
It's so funny how that is the thing that makes everyone turn on Regina. Not the way that she's acted or behaved or treated others around her for the last several years. It's the fact that she fell down. I was like, okay, it's okay to be mean to her now. Great, that's the green light. You fall down one time in Illinois, it's fucking over. Janice, Cady, and Damien won. They did it.
Regina lost her hot boyfriend. She lost her status over everyone.
She popped a blemish against the stage floor. That's rock bottom.
We can stop. We're even.
They can just be normal friends. But Cady needs one last lunch with the plastics to make sure everything is just right.
I'm sorry, Regina. You can't sit with us. You're wearing sweatpants. It's Thursday.
Whatever. Those rules aren't real.
They were real that day I wore a vest.
Yeah, because that vest was disgusting.
You can't sit with us!
Sorry, Regina. Rules are rules.
But now they can all just be real friends. After Cady blows off Damien and Janice to have Aaron come over to her place.
I'm having a small get-together at my house tomorrow night. It's just gonna be a few cool people. You better be one of them, biatch.
It turns into a whole party, but Aaron and Cady get some alone time where you can really see Aaron's totally conventional appeal.
I like the costume. I mean, your dress. Is this you holding a crocodile?
Oh my god, don't look at that. That is so embarrassing.
No, it's not. It's awesome. You miss Kenya?
Yes.
Cady tells him everything, including that she's really good at math, and he's just okay at it.
I pretended to be bad at math to get you to help me, but I'm not bad at math. I'm actually really good at math. You're the one who's only kind of okay at math.
But he's not just okay at like regular math. He's just okay at AP Calc, which of all the things to be just okay at is a fine one. He's gonna be all right. After she calls him Regina's former property and tells him to shut up, he leaves. Cady follows him out and runs into Janice and Damien.
Janice.
No, it's fine.
Getting big Beyonce vibes from this. While all of that is happening at Cady's house, Regina is plotting her revenge.
This is what I get for helping someone lame fitting. Cady, enjoy your temporary win.
And it's a Regina song, so we're back in music video mode. The lighting, the aspect ratio, the jumping back and forth between a bunch of shooting locations. Again, I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying it's not a musical. Regina brings the burn book to North Shore High and lets everyone see every dirt, nasty, disgusting thing she has written about them. But she doesn't say that it was her. She puts herself in the burn book to give her even more plausible deniability. The girls go crazy, feral even, and they're all sent to the gym to talk about how to be better, more compassionate people.
We as women have to be able to trust and support each other. Like this. Okay, that was good. That was really good. That could have really backfired.
When it's her turn, instead of apologizing to anyone, Janice tells all the girls all the shit that she and Cady did to Regina.
So we got these candy bar things to make her gain weight, and we told her lard was face cream. And we turned her best friends against her. She got Regina's boyfriend to dump her!
And it's Elite Equivalio's time to sing a little song.
So your best friend screwed you over, acted nice when she not nice. Well, I have some advice, because it's happened to me twice.
What does she do during this song? Nothing to do with the lyrics. She just runs around the high school. She does flip people off when she says, "I'm gonna raise my right finger."
So here's my right finger.
She said she was gonna do that, and then boom. Brilliant execution. And as she hits her final note, Regina hits the front of a bus. The bus more hits her. And the rumor mill keeps on turning. People think Regina died. And they're right, she did.
Again, no one died.
Some people think Cady pushed Regina. Some people think that Cady was right if she did push Regina. Cady admits that she wrote part of the burn book. It's a mess. She gets suspended for a couple of weeks.
3 week suspension.
This is not who I know you to be.
And when she comes back to school, she's ready to clean the slate as much as she can. She's apologizing, she's doing well in calc again. She's not gonna rat out the other girls because that's not her responsibility. She's doing her best to make things right.
Welcome back, nerd.
And to make up some extra credit for all the quizzes she failed while pretending to be bad at calc, she joins the mathletes.
Hey, Bird, you ready to suit up and show off your math squills?
Kev, stop trying to make squills happen. It's not gonna happen.
Jacob, get off my dick.
Hey, PG-13, please.
But he is keeping it PG-13. This movie is rated PG-13, and he said that in the movie, so that's allowed, clearly. She just gave an open invitation for any kid to say dick in her classroom. They can also say fuck one time, because that's allowed in a PG-13 movie. Ask Love Simon.
Can you please just get the fuck away from me?
One egregious cameo and an even more egregious ad later.
Yes,
Cady leads the mathletes to victory.
The limit, it doesn't exist. The limit does not exist.
Our new state champions, the North Shore Mathletes.
Wins Spring Fling Queen.
And your spring fling queen,
Damien, I'm really sorry.
Cady Heron.
Makes up with Janice.
Cute.
And dances with Aaron.
The jacket looks really good on you.
Thanks. It has a pocket inside for a calculator.
What?
Yeah.
Cool.
A happy ending for all. I guess I don't talk about Icy Stars at all. Cady doesn't really even sing that. She sings the first verse and then they hand it off to someone else, so.
Here. Take it.
Take your guitar?
Play it well.
So the moral of our story is thus: calling someone stupid won't make you any smarter.
And even the people you really don't like are still people who just want to coexist.
So get off their dicks!
Don't be mean, girls. But look.
Because what are you going to do when Emerald Fennel calls you about her next project where you play Carrie Mulligan's co-worker in the bridal section of Harrods, and then Act 3 takes a sexually violent turn and you have to pretend to be surprised by that turn.
What's a clique? It's when a group of people hang out together. Oh, you mean like having friends? No. Because these people make fun of other people. Oh, you mean like having friends?
It's so fun to be mean sometimes. It's not nice, but it sure is funny. All of the different versions of Mean Girls offer some unique perspective on power dynamics and what it's like to be a teenage girl at a certain time and the power of friendship. And to boil all of it down to, hey, don't be mean, guys, is a disservice to Tina Fey's writing. All of that being said, this is easily the most competent, fun musical I have talked about on my channel. It is leagues ahead of Dear Evan Hansen, both in terms of what it's like to be a teenager and how to properly cast a movie. The songs are way catchier than Diana, and it's better than Bad Cinderella, because everything is better than Bad Cinderella. That's a bad musical. Some of my favorite funny moments unique to this version: Karen using deodorant as a microphone.
She's just grouchy because Aaron broke up with her. He did? Someone told him about Shane. Do you think it was Santa?
Tina Fey faking that she'll sing a song.
Excuse me. Well,
Especially because of the sketch where she pretends like she's trying to play a role in the Broadway show of Mean Girls. It's great. It's great. Megan the Stallion in this movie.
In bio to my GoFundMe page to raise money.
Gina, we knew you would pull. How do I get this off my algorithm?
Hey, we've all been there. I laugh every time I watch this clip. I'd be fine if they remade Mean Girls every few decades, the same way that A Star Is Born has been remade 4 times now. Being popular and hot and cool are all abstract ideas that change often enough that there will always be new ways to talk about being in high school. Like now, it's funny to think that in 2004, Regina got a bigger butt, and that made her less popular? You're telling me there is an inverse relationship between how cool and popular, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous Rachel McAdams is, and how much ass she has to throw around? Those are not directly correlated? Get the fuck out of here. If I could change one thing about this musical, honestly, I'm the issue here. I'm just the wrong demographic. If I was 43 showing this to my teenage daughters, or one of those teenage daughters who was being shown it by their 43-year-old mom, I'd probably love it. That's who's going to watch this movie over and over again. It's probably never going to overtake the original in terms of popularity and cultural relevance, but at the very least, we've now got great recordings of Renee Rapp singing these songs. Did she carry this movie? I don't think so. Tina Fey still got it as a writer. Jaquila Spivey and Ali E. Carvalho are still great, but man, am I glad that we have these recordings, because she's so good. She's so fucking good. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you made it this far and you wouldn't mind leaving a like or subscribing, I would really appreciate that. I was gonna release this on the 20th anniversary of Mean Girls, and then that came and went. So it's coming out today. The exact day that it's coming out, May 9th. Just like I planned. Again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Angry rice, angry rice, angry rice, angry rice, angry rice, upset pharaoh, angry.